Welcome back, my name is Benjamin Seda, and today I wanted to talk about perhaps the biggest impediment to my success in my 4 to 5 year entrepreneurial journey. This is the thing that really held me back and slowed down the trajectory of my success pretty severely when I look back on how much I've progressed and where I was at over the past few years. I can attribute this one thing to what slowed me down and what inhibited me from reaching this point in my life. So I want to talk to you guys about this to show you what I now do and what I've implemented in my own life to stop myself from getting in my own way and undercutting my own success. Because if it wasn't for this, I think I would have not only reached success faster, but I also would be further than I am now in my life. So that thing that I wanted to talk to you guys today about is loss aversion or prospect theory. Both of these are incredibly closely aligned. Loss aversion is the phenomenon in cognitive psychology and behavioral decision-making theory that explains that people on average are 2.5 times more interested in not losing than they are in winning. Now, what does that mean? The reason for this is because loss causes a greater and more severe emotional impact on people than gains do. Meaning that when you lose, you're hurt more than the upside you gain when you do win. In the words of the wise philosopher Meek Mill, scared money don't make no money.
Scared money don't make no money.
So what does this look like in the real world? Basically, in the face of acquiring equivalent gains or acquiring losses, people would much rather not lose $5 than they would rather gain $5. This is because the emotional impact that loss creates. And prospect theory goes on to explain this a little bit further. So let's say you had $100 and you're presented with two options. Option one, I give you $5 straight up cash. No questions asked, no funny business. Now, option two is you have a 50% chance of gaining $100. Most people, in the face of these two options of gain $5 with zero risk or gain $100 potentially with a 50% risk of not gaining $100, most people would choose the $5 option because it's safe, there's no perceived loss involved, whereas with the $100 option, if you don't make the money, you have the perceived loss of the sure, guaranteed $5. Now, this can be explained by your brain. Your brain is biologically and evolutionarily wired to avoid pain, avoid discomfort, avoid loss, because these feelings used to mean life and death in the caveman days. Back in the caveman days of stones and sticks, scarcity used to be the deciding factor in whether you lived or whether you died. If you were to lose access to your food, your source of water, your tribe, it would mean almost certain death. So if you were to lose any of these things, there was no more you. This is why we're wired to be incredibly averse to losing in the face of risk, even when we have much more to gain. Every day you left the cave, you risked loss. This is why this scarcity looms over our brains even to this day. Thanks to the modern world, these feelings of scarcity almost never mean certain death. Most of the time, and almost all the time, they only mean a slightly awkward or uncomfortable conversation or situation that is almost always temporary. You have to be able to reprogram your mind to be more interested in winning than you are in not losing. This desire to not lose, this desire to act and behave out of scarcity is what trumps the desire to win and make gains, and it's ultimately what undermines our ability to succeed over the long run. Now, in my life, what this looked like for me was keeping my job longer than I should have because I preferred the consistency and the security of a consistent paycheck as opposed to relying on the income that I was already making from my own businesses. This manifested in me not wanting to leave school, me being averse and scared and staying in school longer than I should have. I was uncomfortable throwing away and losing all of the time and effort I had put into university and my grades and getting my degree that it was very tough to leave all of that behind and pursue my businesses full time. And ultimately, the flip that switched was that I was tired of acting out of scarcity. I was tired of always trying to minimize my losses and keep everything comfortable and certain. I was finally more interested in everything I had to gain by pursuing my businesses full time, giving it all of my effort. So if you like this video, be sure to leave it a like, make sure you subscribe and turn post notifications on, and sign up for my weekly newsletter where I talk about topics just like this every week and help you guys get closer to your personal and professional goals, whether it's in your personal life or your business. And be sure to follow me on Instagram at Benjamin Seda. If you don't already, I post about stuff like this, post funny stuff, and I post stuff about men's fashion and lifestyle as well. So with that, I will see you guys very soon, and be sure to leave a comment. Let's talk, let's disagree, and let's have a conversation about this topic and more to come. See you guys soon.